yet to be coerced into taking a mandated vaccine, that doesn't sound like a free and fair society to us. And that's why we're standing here. We're not anti-vaxxers. We are pro-choice. We are pro-choice for everybody to make their own decision.
Now, you've articulated that really well.
No one can hear you.
No one can hear.
Is there no sound at all?
People say they can't hear you.
Is there no sound at all, or there's no...
They say mic is not working. They keep saying my mic off.
No, but...
Is there a mic off feature?
Just asking, is the sound not at all, or is it just the mic you can't hear? The mic's not connected to that.
No. Is it?
Have you got a phone?
Yeah, I have my phone.
Just check it. Oh, sorry, I'll get that.
They say mic's not
Just
working.
prep,
Maybe it's because I don't know if they're referring to if they can hear.
That's why I'm just
sound.
asking. Just take a look at it. Come on, quick.
I don't think I have it on Facebook. Cause
Rebel News.
Cause
Hold on.
don't do shit.
You know what? I'll just cancel it. On here, waiting for a couple of people. Let us know. Flip the camera. Guys who are coming on now, just let me know if you can hear. If you can hear, if we're getting sound. Yep. Alright, I'll flip it around.
Touch it right here.
Yeah, I will.
Careful it doesn't. Can you still hear us?
Put it up. You still hearing us? Let me know if you're still hearing us.
Yes. They say yes.
Sorry about that.
All day.
I think a lot of people are going to be really shocked to hear that vaccination. How does that work? Takes 10 weeks then.
So, as healthcare workers, we are taught to advocate for others, to advocate for our patients. And, you know, the fact that I'm consenting people who actually don't really want to be vaccinated does not sit right with me. The fact that they're agreeing but reluctantly is, you know, 90% of the people who are vaccinating are there because they want their freedoms back, they want to go and visit their families, they want to travel, they want to go to the pub. That's not the right reason to make a medical decision. You know, everybody needs to have that freedom of choice in terms of medical procedures. And coercion is not consent. You know, pressuring and cornering people to the point where they feel like they've got no other option. A lot of people tell me, you know, there's no way out. We just want to end these lockdowns. We just want to get on with life. And this is what needs to be done to do that. And that's not right for a medical procedure. You know, if you're happy to take the vaccine for your own health, then absolutely, that's me myself. But I'm here standing because I believe in the right to choose. Choose for yourself. You know, inform yourself. Make the decision based stand for them, and I'm here to stand for their right to make the decision for themselves, and as we should all.
Something you said there actually sparked something in my brain. My brain doesn't tick that off, and I might need to see a healthcare worker about that problem. But you just said that, you know, you working at the vaccination hub, that you gave an anecdotal number of 90% of people there weren't there because they really wanted to. They were talking just to get their freedoms back. We keep hearing this argument from the government that if you look at the vaccination stats, it means that those that have this view are actually in the minority, because they're claiming that if you see 60%, 70% are vaccinated, they're taking that as if that means that 70% support the government. You're saying that that's not true. You're saying 90% of that 70% actually are just doing it because they feel they have no other way.
Absolutely. Like I said, people are feeling that they feel like there's no way out. You know, they don't want to keep putting it out of lockdown. This is not a way for our children to be raised. And they believe this is the only way out. Absolutely. And speaking to other nurses, not only here, but you know, everywhere I work, the majority of nurses feel the same way. You know, sure, we are pro-science. Sure, a lot of them are pro-vax, don't get the vaccine. But it's the mandates that don't sit right with us, and it's the mandates that shouldn't sit right with any Australian. And that's what
You say to the chief health officer that's saying, well, it does justify the means. You know, the end does justify the means. Coercing people means it's the only way we're going to get those numbers up, which we can probably agree. To get those numbers up, they're going to actually have to do these mandates. They're going to have to threaten people. They're going to have to do that. Otherwise, we probably might see such an uptake if you're making that argument.
So my response to that would be, I find that people would be more happy and more willing to take the vaccine if you would just provide data and evidence and have an open dialogue about pros and cons, encourage people to go and visit their doctors and have that discussion. You know, if you corner a population, you know, tie their hands behind their back and force them, you will get a backlash, because we are a freedom-loving nation. And if you try and take those freedoms away, you will get backlash. A better approach would be have an open discussion and dialogue, and not suppress any discussions, and let people make that decision on their own. And I think you will find that a lot of people being presented with evidence and being presented with the science would make the correct decision on their own accord.
Thank you very much for that. That's well said. So that's calling to hear from Fitzroy in Melbourne, where you can see we have this is not a public event. They didn't advertise this anywhere. These are colleagues that got together to take a stand. Some are vaccinated, some are unvaccinated. We're not going to ask them for their passports today because we still can legally interview them without that.
They still can't hear you. They say it's windy noise.
Oh, that's the sound. Guys, to watch the live is just the live. To watch the full report, you're going to watch the report coming on at Yet. So sign up to YemeniReport.com to see the full report with the mic here. The live we're running as a bonus because Sean's not here, so we'll just run it for you guys. I'm assuming that those of you with that on your mouth, you can't talk. Is that right? So this is a problem we've seen around the world where healthcare workers have been silenced, they've been stopped from speaking out. So we'll talk to ones that hopefully can see that. Can we talk to you? No, you're right. Your sign says it all, thank you. We can talk, all right, so you have the cross there just to review that. So what would you say, you know what's interesting, what I noticed with this whole debate about the vaccines is last year many of those people that today are censoring, silencing, banning anyone that's even questioning the vaccine are the same people that
last year when Trump was rushing his vaccine through, in which he was saying it was going to be up to you to take it or not, it was never going to be mandated. They were the same people saying they would never take Trump's vaccine and it would be dangerous and silly. Now these are the same people.
Yeah, they are correct.
How would you respond to that as a healthcare worker?
I just think it should be personal choice because there's clearly a risk, and where there's a risk, there needs to be a choice. And I am not vaccinated. We've been told that there's measles, rubella, but yeah, with this one, with my long-term safety studies, and who's to say what's going to happen? Who's to say you're going to be a statistic? I already have work colleagues, expert colleagues, nurses, who didn't want to have the vaccine, but they did have to have it to work. And you know, some of them just like someone had a heart attack, another had a stroke.
But at the end of the day, this is not this is about people being able to do their, in your opinion, it's about people doing their own research and deciding.
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely do your research. Don't just
Well, like your colleague here told us, it's the data should be available so that we don't have to listen to anecdotal evidence.
right.
It doesn't have to be about you and your friends. It has to be about on black and white.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, and let us report every adverse reaction so that people know, so that the data is there to look at.
Thank you.
It's not science if you can't question it. It's not science if you can't question it.
Absolutely, that's a good point. Thank you so much. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Can we talk to you? Yeah. So I think your sign here is quite impactful. Like it makes a good point. Last year you were our heroes. Everybody here would have been considered a hero, and this year some of you are unemployed.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you fall into that category?
Not yet, but I believe all of us is at a great risk for that, and we don't have a say at work whether we choose it or not. Here in Australia, I do believe people have the right to vote, and they have the right to decide which medical treatment they want. Yeah. Really proud to be here, but my heart is really hurting to see things are happening as it is.
And what kind of nurse are you, or what kind of healthcare worker are you? You're a registered nurse? And are you still working at the moment?
Yeah, at the moment, but we all received the email that is going to be mandate after 15th of October, and we don't know what is going to happen, and we have family.
Why is there so many healthcare workers are nervous about this vaccine?
I think it's not only the healthcare workers, it's just we are creating symbol to show that we have freedom to think differently. We can do our research for this experimental vaccine. Everyone can decide for themselves. Yeah. Not industrial mandate.
Thank you so much. I'll leave you with it. So they've all sat down now in what is probably the most peaceful protest we've seen in Melbourne in recent days and weeks. I guess that's because this was not publicised anywhere. This is not a public event. These are healthcare workers that got together and decided to take a stand to show the world that even in the industry we're told that this is all to protect. There are those speaking out at great risk. We'll keep talking to people now. For those of you watching live, the live feed is not connected to the mic, so stop complaining about the sound. The full report will be exclusively at rebelnews.com.au. You can sign up to yaminireport.com and we will send you this report probably tomorrow. You can see behind us a couple of police are arriving now. It'll be interesting to see how they react to this socially distanced crowd of colleagues from the health profession, those heroes that we've celebrated throughout 2020. I'll walk around and keep talking to them while. Are you happy to be on? You are? So what brings you here today? October is the mandate comes into effect. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I guess everybody's worried about being health because of these mandates. And they really shouldn't be though, but we're all out here living, trying to work, feed our families, and now this is the space because of the mandate.
How long have you been a healthcare worker?
15 years.
15 years, and 15 years. What kind of healthcare worker are you? We'd rather not say. You don't have to tell us.
Yeah.
We can understand people are a bit nervous about being here. I can see we've spoken to a few from all different parts of the healthcare industry. Is it bizarre though that the same people we rely on for our health and to protect our health, that we've been told till now these mandates are there to protect? Do you find it weird that now they're mandating it against you guys?
Makes no sense.
And why would they need to mandate it if the healthcare industry was just behind it? I just don't understand that.
Neither do I. I have no idea. Like, we've gotten this far without a mandate. Why mandate now? Doesn't make sense. So now that they want to take our choices away from us and force us into, by our choices, not being able to provide and support our families. That's just barbaric. I don't understand it.
Thank you. We'll keep an eye on what's happening here today. Thank you. Are there any nurses here that work in an emergency ward?
Yes, I do.
Oh. Be a star. Okay, so you're all over the show. You do. So not only do you work in the hubs, you work in emergency. We get told that this is all about protecting ICU beds, protecting the front, the ones in emergency. What would you respond to that?
My question would be, where are the 4,000 ICU beds that were promised last April?
Well, Dan the other day denied that it was ever a promise. Surprise, surprise, he lied.
Yeah.
So there is no 4,000 beds.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
In terms of case numbers, in terms of hospitalizations,
Exactly. So the argument is, if we don't mandate these, the hospitalisations are going to go through the roof. Let's ignore what's happening in Israel because it doesn't help our narrative.
Yep.
Let's go with the fact that it's going to go crazy, and the people that are going to be at risk are people that either need ICU beds, COVID or non-COVID related, and the nurses on the front line. How do we sort that out?
So my argument and my response to that would be, once again, encouraging people to have the discussion with their doctors and present people with a clear, concise, scientific, facts, and encouraging them to get vaccinated for their own health, as opposed to twisting their arm to do it. And you would find that a lot of people who are at risk of serious illness from COVID would be more than happy to jump at the opportunity to be vaccinated if they understood the science behind it. Mandates and coercion is not the correct response to that challenge. And my next question would be, are the death rates and the hospitalizations rising at the same rates as case numbers? Obviously at the moment we're seeing a lot of case numbers, but death rates and hospitalizations are not rising at the same rate as we saw last year. It looks like it's rummaging through a younger population with a robust immune system. And I think if you better prepare, if you had better prepared the healthcare system at ICU, you wouldn't have to use that argument if it's going to overwhelm that healthcare system.
So you're basically saying, as someone that works in the emergency department, that if you actually had those 4,000 beds you promised, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. That couldn't even be an argument made.
Exactly right. And even last year where we saw a lot more hospitalizations, a lot more people in ICU, requiring ventilators and whatnot, our healthcare system did not buckle. Sure, and you look at New South Wales, sure, the healthcare system is under strain in terms of hospitalizations and ICU beds, but they are coping. They are coping, and their case numbers are a lot higher than ours, obviously. I don't think the healthcare system is completely
you think we should have faith in our healthcare workers to do their job?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've been trained. We are trained health professionals, and we are here to support. We advocate for the welfare of other, for people. And the fact that I look around and suicide rates are at a much higher rate than COVID deaths.
At the moment, we don't know the latest stat, but I don't know if suicide rates are actually up, but certainly attempted suicides and people coming to you.
Let me correct that. Yeah, that's true. Not suicide rates, but we see a lot of mental health people coming into ED with a lot of mental health problems, a lot of suicide attempts. Depression, anxiety is obviously on the rise, especially younger people, and that's a huge concern for us. That's a huge, mental health is a huge concern, not only for the healthcare workers working in the environment, but the broader population, for our kids who are being in and out of school continuously for the last 2 years.
Thank you very much. Again, probably bounce back when you are the next person.
God, people are complaining about the wind and the
Guys,
noise.
there's nothing I can do about the wind. I control a lot. I know you think the Jews control the weather. We don't. So this will be the live. We're just running so you can see what's happening in real time. You can see behind me there is police starting to gather there. It's unclear how they're going to respond to this particular group of very dangerous, angry young men. Is what we keep getting told. That's who's protesting in Melbourne. Dangerous, angry young men that just want to perpetrate violence upon the police. I'm actually scared. I'm scared.
Hey, Avi, I've got something to say if you...
Come down here. Are you a healthcare worker?
I'm a delegate for the MPAQ. We're the only trade union in the country that's standing up for workers' rights to have the vaccine choice. So I just wanted to let people know.
Which union is that?
MPAQ, we're part of the Nursing Professional Association in Queensland. We are based in Queensland, but we operate countrywide and will support people countrywide if you're being compelled to have a vaccine. We also are part of the Red Union Group, and we support drivers, teachers, and doctors as well.
So people can reach out to your union to get some help.
Absolutely, you can get free legal advice straight away. We're running free legal forums.
Where do people find it?
If you Google Red Union, that would be the quickest way to find all the associated unions we're involved in. I'm involved with the MPAQ, but we're putting a big fight together. We're fighting on an individual case-by-case level. We're fighting on an HNS level.
Come around.
Please.
So we've got here angry young men. So as you can see, we've got, I don't know, 40 healthcare workers, let's say, 40 or 50 healthcare workers. And thank goodness Victoria Police have just arrived to protect the community from the healthcare workers. Again, if you're complaining about the sound, don't. The live feed is not connected to the microphone. The full report will be available at rebelnews.com.au, or if you sign up to yemenireport.com, we'll send it to you in the next 24 hours. I'm Yemeni here in Melbourne, Australia, covering what is now a healthcare worker protest to the vaccine mandates. They say they're standing for all industries, especially theirs. When is the mandate? The 15th of October. The 15th of October, 2 days before my birthday. I don't know why I made it about me. Why don't I make that about me? Because that's what I do. That won't be me, mate. I'm happy to have a conversation. I don't think there's anyone leading the group. I think they're a group of frontline healthcare workers. So police are here.
Are you happy to be on camera, man?
You just give us a break for 5 minutes.
No, John.
So I've got no issues with issues per se.
After,
And they showed me photos on your video.
did you get into any sort of trouble?
I was very intimidated.
Have you been inside? Have you been fined or anything?
No, they just said but
If you do get into trouble, make sure to email us. We have a program to people find out really sorry that happened to you. And I guess it's really brave of you to be back out here even after that. Do you work okay. Okay, so what you're seeing, guys, is healthcare workers, the people that were celebrated last year for being our heroes, that are now being mandated to take the vaccine and saying that they want to stand up for the wider community. They've come out socially distanced. These are people that are health aware more than most. Socially distanced, most of them wearing masks, many of them are vaccinated, but they're here taking a stand. And what do we have? We have busloads of Victoria police members who came here in buses, indoors, sitting next to each other, posing far more of a risk. And we've seen in the last protest last week, there was a report of a close contact within the police force who came by bus. So if anyone here is posing a risk of spreading the virus, I doubt it's these socially distant healthcare workers who work day in and day out to protect our health. I have a feeling it's the grandmother shooting cops that have come here today. So behind me you have the commanding officer trying to talk to a couple of the healthcare workers. I imagine they're trying to convince them to disperse. It's interesting because I don't know about the optics of rubber bullets in this crowd, but if any of them do get shot by a rubber bullet, we have a couple of nurses on hand. I reckon we're right.
Oh, wait.
We'll take a wider view at the moment. We'll keep talking to the healthcare workers here as we kind of understand how police are going to play it. But as you can see, this is a completely peaceful protest. Mostly healthcare workers. I think almost everyone here is a healthcare worker. And some are vaccinated, some are unvaccinated. Most are wearing masks. All care about your health. And we keep getting told that all these mandates, all these restrictions, everything we're doing is to protect these people. So what happens the moment these people speak out? The police come to what? To what? I don't understand. We'll find out, I guess. Avi Yemeni for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia.
I want
Do
some
some
more.
B-roll?
I want some more B-roll, yeah. With kids in the background, bro. Police next to kids in a public playground.
that this certainly destroys the narrative of young angry men.
Try that again.
What is he not?
Yeah, I just pressed it again.
that's
Try again. Try again.
I think this certainly destroys that narrative of young angry men. We can see most of the nurses here are female. There are some males here, but they don't look too angry to me. But it looks like they're getting the same sort of response.
We provide legal advice, industrial support, everything that's now, everything's now in our Yeah, do.
So there you have it. Police are saying they're going to ask the group to disperse, to leave. From what I understand, they're not going to fight with police. They say that their argument is not, their fight is not to be had with police. They're here to send a message to the world, which they're certainly sending now. People are seeing what they're standing up for. People are seeing healthcare, frontline healthcare workers standing up for what they believe in, for everybody's right to choose. And now they certainly will get that message out there. So, you're right, Ed?
Yeah.
So when we're watching this, obviously for the live feed, so Facebook doesn't pull this off, people here have opinions about the vaccine, and we're not here. We're saying some people have different reactions. We're not. None of these healthcare workers here today have told me that they don't want people to get the vaccine. They're saying they want people to have the right to choose. It's unfortunate while we have a live feed, we have to clarify these things, or they pull the live feed down and cancel the pages. So you've been an educator for five years, 23 years in service, a therapist for 3 years. So you're about 21. I've done the maths.
I'm a grandma.
What do you feel about this kind of response to the fact that you're all sitting here socially distanced?
Well, I just can't because we're only not doing recognition. We are just wanting to have our voice heard about the choices of women who need freedom of choice in this situation. And it is unbelievable to see the police presence. I don't know quite what's going to happen if they go stay here till we all get off and leave.
Well, whatever happens, we'll be here
cover exactly what goes on. Thanks so much for your time. How you doing? Are you a nurse?
I'm not, but I'm a doctor.
You're a daughter of a nurse. Can I put you on? Are you here for your mum?
I am. I'm not going to stay down to zero.
So, how do you feel about what's happening now, being surrounded by police?
Really protected. Yeah? They live us. No, they're not. So, not scared, not intimidated. But that's exactly what they are. Yeah, I don't think he's going to touch them up.
That's a good point. I don't think anything will happen to them. We better follow there what's going on. Thank you. We've got quite a large police presence, including authorised officers. They're usually brought in to process and find people that are detained. I don't know if they're planning to detain our frontline health staff that we need so much to protect us from this virus. You've got obviously spectators around. Police still negotiating with a couple of the protesters. They say they're not leading, they don't have a leader. It's a group of colleagues that decided to take a stand. Calling in the group for a chat. So come back. So they asked them to film what they're talking about. They're having a chat after police have given them an order to move on. I think they're going to decide as a group because they have no leader.
No shouting, no interviews.
No worries. Thank you guys. So they're all leaving the park peacefully. They've agreed with police to leave. And the message has been made. I don't think Victoria Police have a mandate yet, but I think it's coming in. It's coming towards that, yes. And you will see, I think, police.
Thank you.
No worries, thanks for the usual. All right, that was a peaceful ending to a peaceful protest where the crowd did disperse. It was our frontline health workers. Avi Yemeni for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia. I think we can claim this one a success for the message, the people, and even police. No violence. The healthcare workers get to show the world that they stand for the people, even when it's something that they themselves do. Some of those healthcare workers are vaccinated. Many of them were vaccinated, wearing masks, but they just want people to choose. They believe the mandate is wrong. Avi Yemeni for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia. Cut the live feed now, guys. So you know, this is dispersed peacefully. Great to see. I don't think the police were necessary. The intimidation was necessary. They were 40 or 50. I didn't count exactly. We can look at the camera. Frontline healthcare workers, all socially distanced. I don't know why you needed to shut it down, but their message is certainly going to reach thousands, and I think it's an important message because these are healthcare workers. They're not just anybody. Share the live feed and subscribe at yemenireport.com so I can send you the full version with the good sound probably later today, latest tomorrow.